Hey, what up? What's going on? This is your boy, Shankster94, aka the Gamer Shankster. And as for those who are tuning in very soon here, you read from the title? I am doing something that I have done once before with Resident Evil 7. I am live streaming editing my project for the web interview for Resident Evil Remake. We got our first viewer, the one and only W, also known as Wyatt. Of course. He's the first. Bleh. Not that it matters. No one gets a reward if you're first, just so you know. Anyway, let me get to the point of this live stream. The point of this live stream is so you guys can get a sneak peek at me editing my weapon review for Resident Evil 2 Remake. A weapon review, no doubt, has been very anticipated for a few months. Definitely. So, yeah, I realize you guys are very patient, and I really, really appreciate that. So, to thank you guys, I keep doing things like I give you teaser thumbnails, I give you progress reports, and now I'm live streaming me in the middle of editing. Fancy that. So I hope you guys enjoy this little thing here. Now I just want to let you guys know this is not a Q&A, so I'm not going to be answering a bunch of questions here. I do see the chat, so if I happen to see a question in the middle of editing and I want to answer, I'll go ahead and do that. Otherwise, this is a place for you guys just to watch me at work here, and yeah. 1080p at 60 would be cool for this. If I do that, Wyatt, it might lag like crazy. I don't know if it's lagging for you guys right now. I hope it's not. But yeah, I am able to do this at 60 frames per second. It doesn't affect the computer for some reason. Now, if I try to live stream a game at 60 frames per second, hell with that. It doesn't like it. Alright? So I hope you guys enjoy me editing here. So now I'm going to go to this view. So I can only look at the chat if I put it up on a window really quick. So only very quick lag so far, Wyatt. Good to know. All right. So if I go into my project right now, as you guys can see, I already got a bit of work done. I can actually expand my entire timeline that I have. It's a lot, and I'm already 26 minutes into one of the parts. So right now, I am currently working on part 3 for my weapon review, and it's going to begin the samurai edges and end, hopefully, with the Gatling gun. So if I go all the way back to the beginning, I'm gonna play some of it out for you guys. So listen up. Samurai edge model designed by Joseph Kendo. Alright, and here it is in the inventory. 15 shot capacity 9mm handgun. One of the guns used during the STARS trial test. Nicknamed Kendo Custom Phase 2. So what was Phase 1? Anyway, apparently this model was never seen before other than in this file in Resident Evil 3 of the Samurai Edge Custom. There's not much about it other than the fact that you see here. Alright, so that's enough of a sample for you guys. So you see, since this is not a Q&A, I'm not it's kind of tough for me to communicate with you guys at the same time. So if I seem awkward at all, just try to overlook it. And Wyatt with a super chat, which I'm actually going to move to there because that would be better. Yeah, in honor of Remake 2 weapons review. Nice. Alright. So yeah, that was just a sample of work I've already done so far and kind of how it's going to be when I introduce a weapon. So as of now, I already have all of the Samurai Edges edited, and as well as the high caliber pistols, which is the M19 and the Quick Draw Army. And if I go further, I'm going to include the EMF visualizer in this weapon review, even though it's technically not a weapon, just so you guys know. But yeah, please let me know if you guys experience any problems, like visually or audio or anything. But yeah. Wyatt, just so you know, I highly, highly doubt you were the first person to come up with the phrase "remake." You were the first. You're probably the first person that I heard it from, but I highly doubt you're the first person to come up with it. It's not much. It's not very difficult to come up with something like that. Anyway, I don't know if you care. I don't know if you guys care about this, but the light that I'm using right now to light me up a little bit has like some sort of sepia tone on it, and I'm actually really liking it. But yeah. Alright. I also have this thing set on ultra low latency, so you guys are able to see me at almost real time. If there's any delay, maybe it's like 3 or 4 seconds. So you guys can communicate with me if you want. Just, again, I'm not paying real attention to the chat. So yeah. Alright, I need to get going with editing, because that's the whole point of this live stream. So I feel like I did this in the Resident Evil 7 one. Who here has participated in that one, if anyone? Did any of you participating in this stream participate at that one time that I did it for Resident Evil 7? That was already 2 years ago, so if anyone's here from there, that's awesome. You're seeing me doing it again. Hell no, to hell with 4 remake. Resident Evil 4 doesn't need a remake. Alright. So, if I go to where I currently am in the weapon review, I had just finished editing the MQ-11. This is where I get into the submachine guns. And that's just some enemy testing going on right there. Alright, so, now if I expand my timeline back to where I'm at, what is this? $1 super chat. The only thing with $1 super chats, like you said once, you can't associate a chat with it. So you're just simply donating at that point, which is always forever appreciated. No explosive games. This channel is not dead. It never was, and hopefully never will be. I'm just way less active, obviously. And my webcam glitched out for a second right there. I don't know if you guys can even hear me during those super chats, because they're really loud. Alright. Well, let's get back to the project. Alright, so here I am right now. So, right here is where I conclude the MQ-11 and introduce the LE5s. Now I'm going to let it play for a little bit, just so you guys could see what I got so far with the LE5. So that is going to conclude the MQ-11. Now for the next machine gun, the LE5. Just love the visuals, don't you? And yeah, I'm going to do this for every weapon. I'm going to show it in this screen and show all the animations. Alright, and here it is in game. 32 shot capacity, 380 ACP machine gun. Uses a closed bolt and has high accuracy. Alright. So, just by looking at it, this is a little, probably a little more intricate submachine gun than the MQ-11. Pure speculation right there. Now, as you can see, I have an infinity symbol on it. That is because this weapon, at least for the main game, isn't unlockable. It can be unlocked by finishing the game on hardcore with an S rank, or by purchasing the all in-game rewards unlock DLC. Alright, so there you go. Here's Leon holding it. Alright, so let's go ahead and test this submachine gun out. Here we go. Okay, so that's about what I got so far. I haven't put any further edits on it. As you can see, this is way too clean. There's no cuts or anything. So what I'm going to do here is, since I'm not even speaking in this part, this is my voice track on the bottom. I'm going to cut all of that out just to save like data. I don't know if it does anything, but I just like to do that. So delete that little section so my voice track's not anywhere to be seen. So now, this submachine gun out. I'm gonna lessen the time between when I start aiming and when I actually fire. It's a little too long. I try to cut these weapon reviews down as these. I'm just scrambling my words. I try to cut these weapon reviews down as much as possible. As you can see what I'm about to do here. So he starts aiming, the crosshair zooms in. Just so you know, I call the crosshairs cursor a lot, and I think that's grammatically incorrect to call a crosshair a cursor. I don't know. Let me know. If it turns out that cursor is accepted, then I could ixnay some edits that I already did. Otherwise, yeah, I'm trying my best to call it crosshairs, because that's what it really is. So I'm going to cut this section and go to right before he starts firing and cut that out. There we go. So it's a little more fluid now. Watch this. And now. Okay. I'm just going to check out the chat real quick. Haha. All right. Yeah, see, 2make doesn't work for some reason. 3make only works because it rhymes with it, it seems. And now. Okay, so now I'm going to start putting some actual editing power into this. So, with the submachine guns, for those of you who have watched my weapon reviews for a long time, you know when it comes to submachine guns, what I tend to do is I start firing it, and then I play it back in slow motion, and then I play it back in fast motion. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep true to that format that I like to use. Now, here's the thing. While I'm editing this, while we're doing this and I'm editing, you guys who are watching right now, you guys may put suggestions if you want into the chat. The only problem is, if I see a suggestion, Wyatt, your timing with these super chats sucks. But, this is to hype the first monthly Q&A. I hope to see everyone there. Yeah, that will be a thing soon. I need to schedule that, I realized, but anyway, back on track here. What was I even saying? Thanks a lot, Wyatt. I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh, the submachine guns and suggestions. So if you have a suggestion, feel free to put it in the chat when it comes to my editing. Just know I am most likely not going to budge on any recommendations to change things up, because I have a very strict format I like to follow, and I'm not likely to change it. So, for example, if someone wishes that I don't do the fast motion thing with the submachine gun, you can just hit back on your browser. I'm not gonna do it. Alright, so let's continue editing. You probably didn't hear what I just said. Let's continue editing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and apply those effects now. So let's see, 32 bullets. See, how long does it take to get through the entire clip? Not too long, so I'll go ahead and play the whole thing out before I start the slow-mo. So right when he fires that last shot, I'm going to put a cut right there. I'm going to copy this clip, which starts right when he starts firing. So copy, and I'm going to paste a duplicate right there. So now what happens is, when he stops firing, it starts firing again. See? Now what I'm going to do there is slow-mo it. So, ripple edit, I must make sure that's checked, because otherwise it will not change the duration of the clip. And I'm going to decrease the speed to 50%, so it's twice as long. So now watch it. Nice. So now I understand, since this is not very interactive, I understand if you guys don't do a lot in the chat. It reminds me of when I was live streaming Resident Evil 2 Remake. It's not a live stream for much interaction, it's more just watch the content creator, you know? But yeah. So I do not like how the sound cuts out a little bit for a second before you start hearing it. So the mistake I made right there was I think I put the cut too early. So I'm going to undo everything that I just did. Or no, I'm just going to put the cut right there. Let's see if that helps. So now if I go to the last shot, right there. Okay. See if this does anything. There's still a little space. I probably can't help that. However, I can do this little trick with transitions. Let's try this. Maybe this will help. Maybe only like 20 frames. I do not want a video transition right there, just the audio. Look at that. Now it sounds better when I put a audio transition in it. It's like he starts firing it slow and then speeds up a little bit in the middle of it, doesn't it? He does. So it doesn't seem to have a consistent fire rate, this submachine gun anyway. Okay, so the thing is, I probably won't have the entire clip played back in slow motion, because that is a long wait, sort of. So if I go exactly halfway into it, which would be the 16th bullet, yeah, like right there. The rest of it, let's see here. So I have yet another duplicate at the very end here, and this is the one that's going to be in fast motion. So I'm going to increase the percentage to 200, and that will halve the amount of time. So, alrighty then. So if I delete this little section right here, this will be the full thing. Maybe we should put a transition there, too. Not 30. 20. There we go. Okay. Yeah, right. No, you're not. If you walked in right now, I swear to God. Oh, you can't because the door's locked. Test this submachine gun out. Okay. So, now this is the voice part. Alright. Nothing much more to say now. Well, actually, I need to show the reload animation, of course, so cut it right there. Get to the part where I do the reload animation. And then my voice track can go right there. There's a little extra. Alright. Alright, nothing much more to say now, so let's go ahead and test this submachine gun on a standard zombie. Alright, so that is the end of testing the LE5 out, it seems. So I go... speculation right there. Now, as you can see, I have an Infinity Swords Unlock DLC. Alright, if I go here... Now, see, the reason I put your guys' chat over that section on the left is because all it is, it's my browser source. It's where all of my clips that I bring into the project go. And for some reason, my encoder glitches out to where you can't really see if I'm playing back one of those clips on that section. Yeah. Okay. Are you guys still seeing me? Because on my end, since I'm doing a stream now instead of an event, it was showing me what I'm seeing, but an error occurred on my end and I can't see it anymore. But hopefully you guys can still see it. Anyway, I probably just have to refresh my browser and it would fix itself. Anyway, let's get back to where I was going. So if I double click here, You know, I realized I'm probably doing this the wrong way. Right now I have Adobe Premiere as like a window capture. Oh no. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Premiere just crashed on me, and I'm gonna have to close it down, so damn it. This happens from time to time. So yeah, you guys just lost that, and I really hope like all the pieces of it come back properly. But yeah, the problem is everything that I just did might have just... Yep, I lost all the progress because I didn't save. Alright, well, everything came back right, thankfully. So, I'm going to try something real quick in the middle of this stream. Display capture. No, that doesn't do anything. Nope. Alright. I'm done doing things on the side. Because this is working just fine. So I just have to be careful on how I bring things in. So you guys can't see everything that I'm doing on my desktop because the way I have my encoder set up, it's only showing my webcam and Adobe Premiere. And then, of course, my overlay and your guys' chat. It's not showing anything else I'm doing on my computer. I could have set it up to where you just see everything I'm doing on screen, although that's what I was trying to do just now, and I guess I'm just not using the right kind of output. What's scene? Oh. No. I need to stop doing this. It's just wasting time. Man, it's too bad because I wanted to show you guys where I store like all my files and how I organize it and whatnot. I probably... No, I can't do it. Alright. So yeah, you're just going to have to see me bring things in like out of nowhere. It's the only way it's going to work with this version of OBS or something. It's not like it was 2 years ago. It was a little more simpler back then. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add a file in LE5. Let's see. Yeah. So right now I only got that test. Oh, okay, I know what I need to do. So if I bring in... So you're going to see this on the side. So look, I'll show you this. If I just hide the chat for a second, right? Now you can see that panel on the left and everything that's in it. So as you can, if I scroll up here, you see I got a lot of files already in. And yeah. So if I add one in from the outside like this, see, that just appeared out of nowhere because you guys couldn't see where I was dragging that from. So now, this is Claire testing the same weapon. So we got to put that in there. Oh yeah, that's right. I lost all my progress from the last edit. So I got to do that all again. I'm just going to do it really quickly. Now. Alright. Submachine gun out. I do that. Okay. There we go, back on track. So now, Control S, fucking save. There we go. Now I won't lose it. I'll cut that little section out. Get to the reload. Alright. Then, this is where I'm going to insert Claire's part. Just interject right there. Go like right when she starts aiming. That's fine. No effects for her. Only the first person gets the effects. That's the way I do it. Alright, and put my voice track right when he comes back in. He comes back in. Alright, nothing much more to say now, so let's go ahead and test this submachine gun on a standard zombie. Alrighty then, and we will do that. The only thing, though, is... Have you guys said anything? Huh. Smith Wesson, no, the only reason I'm doing this is because I did it for Resident Evil 7 one time. And because, yeah, I felt like giving you guys a sneak peek. Alright. So, now I'm going to insert another clip in that is going to... and a voice track. This submachine... Alright, nothing much more to say now. Okay, what is that, though? Should I... Uh-oh. Crap. So, one thing I just realized happened to you guys is... Whoa. You lost where you saw this part. Now it's showing something different. 26 to 28 shots, give or take a couple body shots. Point is, that's the give or this is why it's very difficult to do stuff like this. Damn it. There we go. I fixed it. Can't deny that. So I really don't have... So yeah, if I play clips over on the left side, you guys aren't going to see it because of how it's set up. I can only do one at a time. For For some reason, my encoder, it won't allow me to show video sources unless, like, I make it a separate window. It's retarded. So, I'll review this. Will it show that? It shows that? Why does it show that? Well, anyway, you can find a finite version of the LE5 submachine gun in Hunk's scenario, The Fourth Survivor. Just quick mention. So that's a quick mention. Did I mention how to unlock the LE5? Alright, so I did, I'm pretty sure. CP machine gun, then the unlockable. It can be unlocked by finishing the game on hardcore with an S rank, or by purchasing the all in-game rewards unlock DLC. Alright, so there you go. Okay, so I did mention how to unlock it, so probably right there is where I should put that quick mention DLC. Alright, so there you go. Here's Leon holding it. Or no, maybe if I go back to this clip. Damn it, it did it again. Unlockable. It can be unlocked by finishing the game on hardcore with an S rank, or by purchasing the all in-game rewards unlock DLC. MQ11, but that's just pure speculation right there. Now, as you can see, I have an infinity symbol on it. That is because this weapon, at least for the main game, isn't unlockable. It can be unlocked by finishing the game on hardcore with an S rank, or by purchasing the all in-game rewards unlock DLC. Alright, so there you go. Here's Leon holding it. Alright, so let's go ahead and test this submachine gun out. Alright, nothing much more to say. Now, right, so since he doesn't even use it anyway, right there. Now, as you can see, unlock DLC. Alright, so there you go. Right there. I'm gonna do it right there. So now, I'm gonna put in, interject right here. Put in this little clip. So there you go. I'm probably only gonna be we're probably only going to get through like 2 weapons or so over the course of this entire stream, because you see how slow I'm going? I'm normally not this slow when I'm editing, and it's only oh, I gotta get you guys' chat back up. Shoot. There we go. Okay, luckily you guys didn't say a whole lot after that. No, Wyatt, what made you think that? It's not the demo, it's the actual game. But yes, Feargale, there should be a DLC that basically for a price that unlocks everything, I believe, that was up for buy or something like that. Alright. So, now that I got it fixed, if I come back... Yeah, as I was saying, I'm not normally this slow. The only reason I'm this slow is because I'm live streaming it, and I have to keep going back and making sure everything's working right. DLC. And because I want to try to talk to you guys while I'm doing this. Because otherwise, I'm dead silent. Towards unlock DLC. Alright, so there you go. You can find a finite version... I need to lower this down a little bit. Alright, so there you go. You can find a finite version of the LE5 submachine gun in Hunk's scenario, The Fourth Survivor. Just quick mention. Okay, there's a little more to that. So if I put this over here, what does it look like? You can find a finite version of the LE5 submachine gun in Hunk's scenario. Maybe like more like right here. There you go. You can find a finite version of the LE5 submachine gun in Hunk's scenario, The Fourth Survivor. Just quick mention. That's perfect. All right. So that little bit, you can find. Okay, I want to put some sort of transition between this. So I'm gonna go down here to video transitions. I'm gonna use one that I've been using for this type of thing. It's like a little push maneuver. Going crazy with the super chats. Why I can tell. Will the demo be included in the final? Like, will you test the weapons in the demo separately? No, because there's no different weapons. Go. The only reason Resident Evil 7 I did it because there was exclusivity in the demo, while Resident Evil 2 Remake demo doesn't have anything exclusive when it comes to weapons. So there you go. You can find. Okay, so as you can see, now I have this little push transition in between those. You can find. I have this little push transition. You can find a finite. I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit to like 20 frames. There you go. You can find a finite version of the LE5. I should also add transition to the sound so it sounds a little more fluid, I'd say. Yeah, there you go. You can LC. Alright, so there you go. You can find a finite version of the LE5 submachine gun in Hunk's scenario, The Fourth Survivor. Just quick mention. Here's Leon holding. So that was quick mention 1. I also have a second one. Let me see, quick mention 2. Okay, so what I need to avoid when it comes to you guys is I can't look at the video this way. I gotta put it straight in my timeline if it's gonna not screw the viewer up. So it sucks though, because that's the best way to view sources. Here's Leon. So I'm gonna put this little thing in the timeline, as well as this. As well, my voices came in a little too strongly when I initially recorded, so for every sound clip that I put in with my voice track, I have to lower the decibels by like 2 to make it so it doesn't redline. Scenario, The Fourth Survivor. Because as you see over here on the side, this is my audio level, and I don't want those. I do not want those to peak, like go past 0 decibels. Otherwise, it will maybe distort, and it might be a little too loud for you guys. A machine gun in Hunk's scenario, The Fourth Survivor. Just quick mention. As well, if you play as Ghost in the Ghost Survivors, who looks. As well, I'm gonna cut that shorter, just a little shorter. Mention. As well, if you play as Ghost in the Ghost Survivors, who looks exactly like Hunk anyway, so except his mask is all fucked up. Hunk anyway, so except his mask is all fucked up. I think I could make the video part of it just a little shorter. So you notice my video clips aren't synced with my voice tracks. That is because I used a different program entirely to reverse my voice track, to record my voice track. So I have to do some syncing with every clip that I bring in, and then it looks good. Just quick mention. As well, if you. So I'm gonna shorten this even more. As well, if you play as Ghost in the Ghost Survivors, who looks exactly like Hunk anyway, so except his mask is all fucked up. I'm actually gonna start it to where I do this thing with the arrows. As well, if you play as Ghost in the Ghost Survivors. And I'm gonna cut out this gap in my voice. Ghost Survivors. So like my gap starts right there and ends about right there. I don't have to be perfect when it comes to this. And then I'm gonna shorten that to where, so here's the thing. This is where it gets revealed that my seemingly perfect speech on my videos is a fallacy. That it's editing magic. If I spoke to you guys with raw voice footage, you would hear a lot of stutters and a lot of space between my words, like you are listening to me now, because this is live and I can't edit it while I'm live, you know? So I get I get rid of all those speech impediments in these weapon reviews. I want them to sound professional, so I have to do it. Quick mention. As well, if you play as Ghost in the Ghost Survivors, who looks exactly like Hunk anyway, so except his mask is all fucked up. Okay, so a little issue I'm noticing here is the game audio is a little loud, and it's almost matching with my voice audio. I kind of don't want that, so I'm going to lower the audio of this clip, like -5 decibels, and then listen to it. As well, if you play as Ghost in the Ghost Survivors, who looks exactly like Hunk anyway, so except his mask is all fucked up. Okay, that's better. So it's not nearly overtaken my voice. My voice is still the dominant audio you hear. So that's what's important to me. All right, so I got those little quick mentions in. So that's something that's new, sort of. I would never usually mention if a weapon is in anywhere else in the game until now. See, this is the thing. This is one of the reasons why this weapon review has taken so long, is because I'm doing a lot of extra stuff that I've never done before. You guys are going to be blown away when you guys see this weapon review. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a special treat right now, since I can. I am going to show you guys my weapon intro that I have lined up for this review. It's like pretty much the same intro you guys are used to, of course, with the addition of Resident Evil 2 Remake, and I've added some music and other things to it. I have got to show you guys this. So while you guys are a special bunch that are able to see this. So if I go and get my... Yeah, I think it's this one. So I'm going to play you guys my weapon intro. Put it in the timeline here. You guys ready for this? You guys are going to be blown away. Can't wait. Here we go. Actually, what I'm going to do... Actually, that's not going to work. Shoot. Hold on. You'll get to see it. I just think I might have screwed up. Let me just test something wrong. Go ahead and test this submachine gun on a standard zombie. Yeah, it's still working. Okay. So I'm gonna have your guys' chat up while I'm doing this, so I can see your reactions. So here we go. I'll try to.
Okay, it's game time.
Okay, hold on. I just noticed the perspective is way off. So what I have to do is change the scale of this to 67. There you go. It's because my intro is a 1080p video while this project is a 720. So the intro was coming out like zoomed in. I had to shrink it a little bit down to the proper scale. So you guys just heard the little beginning. You already know what's up. I did notice it was a little skippy, so maybe I can't have the chat up while I'm doing this. So, all right, here we go. I'll get your guys' reaction in a second.
Okay, it's game time. Get down! Hasta luego. Feast on this!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that intro. So yeah, I put a little work into it. I added the music, the familiar music you hear at the end of all of my videos. It was a bit laggy. I had a feeling it might do that. Sorry that it's doing that. I can't control that. It's probably my processor struggling a little bit because I'm live streaming. I'm using a very intense editor all at the same time. But yeah, I don't think there's any way I can fix that. Like, because I noticed too, like, if I start playing it on this end on a standard zombie. Yeah, I wish it wouldn't do that, because
Okay, it's game time.
Get
Down! Hasta luego.
Feast on this!
Okay. So yeah, that's the intro for you guys. So yeah, I cannot wait to get that actually uploaded to where you guys can see it very smooth and no interruptions whatsoever. But yeah, I put some work into that intro. I even put supported by Wyatt C at the very end because that is the fact of my channel now. And like, I added some more elements, as you could see, to really throw back to Resident Evil 2. I even included a special clip from the original Resident Evil 2 of Leon about to headshot that zombie. And then I sort of merged it with the remake. Just, yeah, it's awesome. I'm just going to say that right now. But yeah, Stephen Black, you notice when you play video recordings through the editor, yeah, PCs aren't perfect, aren't they? Alright, well, that's enough about the intro, so now I'm going to get back into regular editing. I'm going to undo everything that I just did, because that was a little side thing that I just did. Okay, so if I get back to where I was... a standard zombie. How did that get in there? I'm holding it. Alright, so let's just quick mention. There you go. You can find a finite version of the LE5 submachine gun in Hunk's scenario, The Fourth Survivor. Just quick mention. As well, I'm gonna do like another push transition in between this one. Yep. As well, if you play as Ghost in the Ghost Survivors, who looks exactly like Hunk anyway, so except his mask is all fucked up. Here's Leon holding. Okay. And then I'm gonna do another push transition going back to Leon, but what I'm gonna do differently there, once I just get the sound too, I'm gonna take the transition and I'm gonna reverse it, meaning it pushes the other way now. Here's Leon, just like that. So these little quick mentions I'm going to be doing, it's as if it's a little side branch, and then we return back to the main part. And that's why I'm doing it like that. I'm getting really intricate with the editing here. Here's Leon holding it. Alright, so let's go ahead. Once I'm finally done with all of the LE5, I'm going to play back the entire part and see the work that we did. You notice I'm saying we now because you guys are part of this experience, so hell yeah, I'm going to say we. Alright, nothing much more to say. We're in this together. Although I haven't seen any suggestions yet, but I guess with what I said, I shouldn't expect any. Because the chances of me actually following that request are very, very slim. So, Spyro Cinder's word. Do I think they will remake RE3? Yeah, they will. I'm pretty sure they will. There's a lot of rumors, and apparently, possibly, it might be at E3. We'll see. Why I should include shots from the films? No, because there's not a single video to date that includes the films on my channel, so I don't see why they need to be in there. It's a whole different thing. In your opinion, that's one of your best ideas ever. Yeah. Hey, Robert. Yeah. Yep, just editing the weapon review. I know, you guys haven't seen me in a while, probably because my Q&A's ended. I understand that. Hey, that was the only thing that had any consistency on my channel. I realized that. We're back to the old days where you hardly saw me for several weeks at a time until I uploaded a new video. Machine gun on a standard zombie. So I don't know why this clip is there. It doesn't belong there. So now we're finally going to do some enemy testing. So if I go back to where I grab all my sources. Yeah, I got the quick mention in there, so we're good there. So yeah, for the results. Alright, put this little clip in there. You guys can still see it, yeah? Yes, you can. Alright. Go ahead and test this submachine gun on a standard zombie. Alright, so I'm gonna cut that little beginning section out to save some time. On a standard zombie. And I'm really trying to cut out any spaces between shots. I want it to be consistent where you guys can easily count. Zombie. So that right there seems to be 4 shots, right? And there's no mark on the wall, so I didn't miss anything. And get to where I fire again, which is probably around right here. Yep. Nope. There's a miss shot right there. That's 1. I'm gonna cut out that miss shot since it's pointless to the review. That was a miss. Zombie. You see, when I'm silent and I'm at work, I do things faster. Huh. Zombie. Alright, he falls right there. Cut all this extra shit out. That was cut a little too short. You didn't even see the start of the fire. That's better. Was that a miss? That was a miss! So cut that out. What the hell? I'll keep that in. But not that. That's a miss.
Shit. Shit.
If the characters in this game do cuss a lot when you're battling zombies, so anytime I may have captured that, I'm going to keep it in, just to add some humor to it. Zombie.
Shit.
Alright, when do I fire again? Wave here, huh? 123, that's funny.
Shit.
That was a miss! My aiming's horrible with the LE5, apparently. That was a miss.
Shit.
I can keep all of that in. It's quick enough to where I don't need to make any cuts. Go way over here. That was obviously a miss. So was that, but this one probably won't be. Nope, that one was a make, so put it right there. I'm glad both of those shots hit. It's like we're both bobbing and weaving at the same time. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning and review Zombie.
Shit.
You know what? I'm gonna take that back, what I said earlier. I am gonna cut some of the spaces out of this little section. Alright, so now we look
Shit.
much faster. See, it's just better. Spending a lot of bullets on this thing. Oh, wait. Okay, I just noticed something. So, at this part, there doesn't appear to be a bullet hole on that part of the wall. See, no. But then there is over there. So one of those had to have been a missed shot. See, I gotta look over these things very carefully. Otherwise, I'll get a smartass in the comments saying, it was actually this amount of shots, not this. Well, do you have an editor in front of you? Okay, so one of those shots had to have missed. But since that was like a constant shot, I can't like edit it out or anything. You could hear it, sort of. It's like the... Wyatt, would I ever stream 100% of the editing process for a future weapon review? Most likely not. The classic MP5, Fire Mario. The infamous 9mm submachine gun. You like how standard issue US are. Yeah. Yep. Alright, get rid of this whole section. Ah! Overkill. Yeah. So, right here is when he dies. Right? Yeah, right there. So, when he dies, I actually don't cut off anything else just so you guys could see that he's dead. So I need to... There we go. Alright, he's downed right there, and then I don't fire another shot until way over here. So, for this weapon review, for shots that are after they're dead, I speed up just to indicate that those shots don't count. So all that right there is going to be sped up by a lot, 400%. Watch this. There we go. And right there is where I'm going to put my voice track. And make sure to lower the decibels. Alright. More like right there. Alright, so I watched that very carefully because that zombie actually gave me an easy time on a standard zombie. So now we're going to review the amount of shots it took and make sure that I matched it correctly. There's a chance that I may have not because I saw something here that I probably didn't see when I was recording. Zombie. So that right there was 4 shots, because I just pay attention to the quantity of the bullets. Zombie. 5, 6. Wait. Okay. So the quantity becomes useless once I cut some of those clips out, because you're just like, wait, where did those shots go? So from here on, I have to pay attention to the amount of shots that are being hit. So there's 4 right there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 with a missed shot that I just confirmed there. But he was already dead anyway, so that last shot would have been accounted as an extra. So did I say 27 in my voice clip? Alright, so I watched that very carefully because that zombie actually gave me an easy time, unlike with Claire and her MQ-11. So that took 26 shots. See? I'm off. As I claim to have paid very much attention to that, but I clearly didn't.
Shit.
Wait a minute. Okay, so I just noticed another thing. See, there's only one hole on that wall over there. And there's no hole right there. But right after this shot, I could actually see the hole appearing. So there was a missed shot as well. So I was actually correct. It's only 26. Let's do that again. I'm not going to pause in between this. I'm going to try to keep up. Standard zombie. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 6, 26. Because those last 2 clips, I happened to take 1 shot to the wall. So it really was only 26. I was really good. Alright, so I watched that very carefully because... Now watch, someone is like, well, there's actually some piercing ability, so that's probably why it appeared behind the wall. No, I highly doubt that. Because that zombie actually gave me an easy time, unlike with Claire and her MQ-11. So that took 26 shots to defeat that zombie. And all of those were headshots. This basically, so far, is the most powerful machine gun. MQ-11. So that took 26 shots to defeat that zombie. And all... I don't have to correct myself because I was correct. What? Did I die at all during the recording process? A few times. Yeah. But hardly... So, Hades Orso is recommending I should put a counter. You know, that isn't a bad idea. My only issue with that... It's like, is there a trick on Adobe Premiere where... It would be hard because each number would be a separate title. Unless there's an editing trick in Premiere that automatically counts it, but I don't know how it would because this is a video source that doesn't know how to track things like that. So, yeah, that's my only issue is to put a counter on the screen would mean to put 26 different titles. It would be to create 26 different titles. Not worth it in my opinion. So... yeah, I'm going to say no to that recommendation, the counter. That's why I just say at the end, the amount of shots it takes. I could mention, like, there was a missed shot at these specific parts, just so people understand how I came to that conclusion. I could do that. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. So, watch this. So, right there. Yeah, I'll put a title, create a new title. Missed shot 1. Or no, I could just call it missed shot because I could use this title more than once. See, if it's the title has different text, that's when it needs to be a different title every time, I think. So let's see. If I go to this title creator, can you guys even see that? No, you can't because it's a separate window. That's fine. You'll see it eventually. This is why a simple screen share is all I need. But OBS, some of their updates have taken some things away, it seems, and it's just not that simple anymore. So I'm going to put little... There we go. So now... just very brief flash right there. And another one, like right there. Yeah, that's good. There you go. So what do you guys think about that? Action Man? What was that? Don't tell me you're impatient, man. Alright, so that's enough with that. So, I watched that very carefully because that zombie actually gave me an easy time, unlike with Claire and her MQ-11. So that took 26 shots to defeat that zombie, and all of those were headshots. This basically, so far, is the most powerful machine gun. I feel like that's kind of obvious, though. Just look at it compared to the MQ-11. It's just a more sophisticated submachine gun all around. It's just a more sophisticated submachine gun all around. Alright. Well, that being unlockable, again, you cannot achieve an S+ rank with this weapon. As soon as you use it, you get dropped to an S standard. So nothing much else to say about it. Compared to the MQ-11, it is more powerful. So that is going to conclude the LE5 machine gun. And that is the end of the LE5, as I said. So now what we're going to do is we're going to watch back my entire review of the LE5. See a little bit of the MQ-11 beforehand. So that is going to conclude the MQ-11. Now for the next machine gun, the LE5. Wait, what happened? Alright, and here it is in game. 32 shot capacity, 380 ACP machine gun. Uses a closed bolt and has high accuracy. Alright. So, just by looking at it, this is probably a little more intricate submachine gun than the MQ-11. But that's just pure speculation right there. Now, as you can see, I have an infinity symbol on it. That is because this weapon, at least for the main game, isn't unlockable. It can be unlocked by finishing the game on hardcore with an S rank. or by purchasing the all in-game rewards unlock DLC. There you go, Action Man. You can find a finite version of the LE5 submachine gun in Hunk's scenario, The Fourth Survivor. Just quick mention. As well, if you play as Ghost in the Ghost Survivors, who looks exactly like Hunk anyway, so except his mask is all fucked up. Here's Leon holding it. Alright, so let's go ahead and test this submachine gun out. Normal, Wyatt. Alright, nothing much more to say now, so let's go ahead and test this submachine gun on a standard zombie.
Shit.
Alright, so I watched that very carefully because that zombie actually gave me an easy time, unlike with Claire and her MQ-11. So that took 26 shots to defeat that zombie, and all of those were headshots. This basically, so far, is the most powerful machine gun. I feel like that's kind of obvious, though. Just look at it compared to the MQ-11. It's just a more sophisticated submachine gun all around. Alright. Well, that being unlockable, again, you cannot achieve an S+ rank with this weapon. As soon as you use it, you get dropped to an S standard. So nothing much else to say about it. Compared to the MQ-11, it is more powerful. So that is going to conclude the LE5 machine gun. Alright, so that was the entire LE5 being reviewed in my weapon review. So that is a great way to show you guys what you're going to be seeing. So, yeah, Action Man, some of them are really hard to get. Like, the ATM-4 and the Gatling gun are by far the hardest weapons to get because you have to get an S+ rank in hardcore, I believe, to get, like, one with Leon and one with Claire to get those two weapons. So those are by far the hardest unlockables. The submachine gun is not as hard to get because, as I said, I think you just need an S+ rank anywhere. Or what did I say? Let me go back to that real quick. That's just pure speculation right there. The game on hardcore with an S rank, or by okay, so you need an S rank on hardcore to get the submachine gun, not an S+. An S+ is what gets you either the Gatling gun or the rocket launcher, the ATM, based on which character you're using. So yeah. Alright, so that was the end of the LE5. So I'm gonna start editing the next weapon now. Oh, actually, we are not done with the MP5. The MP5, well, technically is an MP5, but I'm not done with the LE5. There are a couple more videos to put in here because, like I've been doing with a lot of modern reviews, I include a cutscene of the weapon once it's concluded. And in this case, the LE5 does have a cutscene, believe it or not. It's probably not easy to see, but if I go here, machine gun.
Oh, please, stop.
So yeah. So considering they don't use it until this part of the cutscene, I'm going to begin it like near there.
No. Power here, you strike! No hurt him. No hurt him.
So right there is where I'm going to cut it off, probably. Because that's the end of the use of the weapon. You notice a lot, and whenever I feature cutscenes, I only show the weapon being used. I don't... If the cutscene features the weapon, but it's not really being used, I don't show it. Only if it's actually being fired. That's what I show in cutscenes. Gun.
No. Power here, you strike! No hurt him.
Alright. And then to transition into the cutscenes, I've been doing this little special transition called random blocks. Like, watch this. I should probably put a default transition on the audio as well, just in case. So watch this. Machine gun. That's good. Alright, enough watching that clip. There's one more cutscene, obviously.
Have our orders, Dr. Birkin. I'll ask you one more time.
Maybe I should swap these, because this chronologically occurs first, but you see this cutscene first in the game.
Have our orders, Dr.
I believe you do, anyway.
Birkin.
Yep.
I'll ask you one more time. Hold your fire!
I think that's the only part of that entire cutscene that the gun is actually fired, so that's all we're gonna see.
Hold your fire!
Yep, that's good enough. Save project. Now, that is officially the end of the LE5. Yep. See, you went there, Hades. Yep, I was ahead of you. Alright, so that's it for the LE5. So the next weapon in the lineup, since we're in machine guns, technically, is the minigun. So that's the next weapon here. So I'm gonna import the first clip and audio track for it. Oops. One thing I need to do before I do that, though, I need to rename all of my clips, because I think I've discovered a recent glitch in Premiere. I almost named all of the clips nearly the same, and I think it somehow mixed some codecs or something. So as a precaution, I like to rename all my clips with like a letter or something that represents the weapon at the beginning of it. So I'll just do M for minigun with a space. So just simple. This is gonna take me about a minute or so, so just bear with me here. You guys can't even see what I'm doing because that window is not visible on my encoder. See, this is why I wish I could just simply do a screen capture, but with this version of OBS, it won't show anything for some reason, so yeah. So, doing this as fast as I can. I'm using hotkeys, so it won't be much longer. 3 more clips to rename. Okay, now we're good. So now I'm going to put these in, and they're called M1. Yeah, for minigun. Alright, so now if I put this in my timeline, yep, minigun. Why would they put a JG's minigun? No. It's a minigun. I don't think it's his. Alright. I'm going to start it right there. Put my voice track in. Lower the decibels. Here we go. Oh, and in between weapons, I do a white flash transition. So, put some default and dip to white. Make it... For this one, I like to do 30 frames, since it's the conclusion of one weapon and the beginning of another. Now for the final machine gun. Nice. Oh, need to go a little lower with the decibels there. There we go. Now for the final... Ooh, something's up here. This is my OCD kicking in a little bit. Why is it like that? That's fine. Now for the final machine gun, the minigun. It's looking like a beast. Now for the final machine gun, the minigun. It's looking like a beast. There's a little more to it here. Can't forget that. Now for the final machine gun, like a beast. Minigun. It's looking like a beast. There we go. Okay, so that was the introduction. If you ask me, Wyatt, your reaction to his question was an overreaction, so I'm actually with Action Man on that one. Anyway, I'm not going to pay attention to the chat like that. Okay, come on, play. Looking like a beast. Yeah, that's enough of that. So, now I'm going to put in... Basically, once I'm done editing all of the minigun here, is probably when I'm going to end the stream. Because we're taking a long time here. But because I'm interacting with guys, it's not a huge deal. Trust me, I'll be going through this much faster when I'm off camera. Alright, put this part in. Cut off about that much. Alright. So here's the minigun in game. They're really thrown back to the original Resident Evil 2 with this one. A 6-barrel motorized minigun that fires... there's a little more I need to cut out. Alright, so here's the original Resident Evil 2 with this one. A 6-barrel... Even more. Alright, so here's the minigun in game. They're really thrown back to the original Resident Evil 2 with this one. A 6-barrel motorized minigun that fires 7.62mm NATO rounds. Fast rate of fire and deals a lot of damage. Can fire indefinitely. Well, yeah, because the version I have is an infinite one. Here's a nice detailed close-up look in game. Well, yeah, because the version I have indefinitely. Well, yeah, because the version I have is an infinite one. Well, yeah, because the version I have is an infinite one. Here's a nice detailed close. The version I have is an infinite one. And then notice I keep repeating the same maneuvers over and over before I finally do something. It's because I have to make absolutely dead sure I know what I'm doing. So definitely. Well, yeah, because the version I have is an infinite one. Here's a nice detailed close-up look in game. Alright, so yeah, the infinite version can be unlocked by completing Claire's scenario in hardcore mode with an S+ rank. That's why I say it throws back to the original Resident Evil 2, because it's the ultimate reward for completing her scenario, like in the hardest mode. Alright, so let's go ahead and test the sucker out. Here's a nice detailed close-up look in game. I cut out this little gap in my voice track that's there for some reason. Alright, so yeah, in game. Alright, so yeah, the infinite version can be unlocked by completing Claire's scenario in hardcore mode with an S+ rank. That's why I say it throws back to the original Resident Evil 2, because it's the ultimate reward for completing her scenario, like in the hardest mode. Alright, so let's go ahead and test the sucker out. The sucker out. Alright, so it's right here when I actually get close to testing it. This little thing is just my end screen, which is way over there. Yeah, the infinite version can out. No. The sucker out. First mode. Alright, so let's go ahead and test the sucker out. Test the sucker out. Notice how the end of it started glowing hot. And test the sucker out. Alright, and right there's when I'm gonna begin the slow-mo. Probably just about that much. And then the rest of it will speed up. Right up until the end. Till that last shot is fired. Let's speed that one up. Yeah, it's perfect. Oh yeah, I want to put a little audio transition there, just it'll seem more seamless. About 20 frames. Yeah. And then another one right here. That sounded like a weed whacker or something. You're out. Notice I should probably put one final transition right there too. Notice how the end of it Notice how the end of it started glowing hot. Started glowing orange cuz Notice how the end of it. So I obviously made a correction there. How the end of it started glowing orange cuz it's getting really hot probably. Alright, really hot, probably. Alright, well, I'll probably test, probably. Alright, well, I'll probably test this on, I'll go ahead and notice how the end of it started glowing orange because it's getting really hot, probably. Because it's getting really hot, probably. Alright, well, I'll probably test this on, I'll go ahead and test this on a zombie again. Alright, before I continue with that, there is something I should put in. I gotta put in Leon's test, of course. Notice how really hot, probably. Alright. So yeah, right there wouldn't be a bad spot. Alright, well... Oh, wrong section. Hot, probably. Yep. Probably. And that's good enough for Leon. Probably. Yeah, there's a little section I can cut out. Probably. Alright, well, I'll probably test this on, I'll go ahead and test this on a zombie again, but I have a feeling this is going to be a little too much for the zombie. So after the zombie, I'll probably try my luck on a liquor. Well, I'll probably test this on, I'll go ahead. So a little speech impediment right there. I'll probably test this on, I'll go ahead. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and test this on a zombie again, but I have a feeling this is going to be a little too much for the zombie. So after the zombie... I hate taking big breaths in my tracks, so I always get rid of those. A little too much for the zombie. So after the zombie, I'll probably try my luck on a liquor. There we go. And the rest of this is just B-roll that I don't need, so... You guys been saying? Not sure, Hades. Not sure, Hades. Like, that would be an interesting take on it, for sure. Alright. So, do I have any, like, quick mentions or anything? I do, and there's there's a couple other things I haven't put in yet still, before I actually do the enemy testing. I never revealed the location of a finite version of it, so I gotta put that in. That goes way before the testing. Indefinitely. Well, yeah, because the version I have is an infinite one. Here's a nice detail. So right there is perfect to reveal the location. So put that in. Yeah. Well, infinite one. So the location of the minigun is at the turntable. So the location of the minigun is at the turntable at the very end of Claire's scenario, where you would insert the joint plugs. The Gatling gun is right over here on a table. Keep calling it Gatling gun. Yeah, I do. Now for the final machine gun, the minigun. It's looking like a beast. Alright, so here's the minigun in-game. They're really thrown back to the original Resident Evil 2 with this one. So the location of the minigun is at the turntable at the very end of... Alright, so when I reveal the location of something, if I can, the transition I like to use is barn doors. So, watch this. Oh shoot, I can't forget about you. An infinite one. So the location... I want it a little faster than that. 20 frames. An infinite one. So the location of the minigun is at the turntable at the very end of Claire's scenario, where you would insert the joint plugs. The Gatling gun is right over here on a table. Keep calling it Gatling gun. Minigun, Gatling gun, the same thing. Okay, so I might need to edit the video just a little bit there. Table at the very... I'm just being distracted by this thing right here. Look at the camera, Naomi. Alrighty. So, is an infinite one. So the location of the minigun is at the turntable at the very end of Claire's scenario, where you would insert the joint plugs. I could actually cut it as far back as that, so... shoot, I can't do it that way. So the location of the minigun is at the turntable at the very end of Claire's scenario, where you would insert the joint plugs. The Gatling gun is right over here on a table. Now it's matching up. Keep calling it Gatling gun. Minigun, Gatling gun, the same thing. There you go. And you also get an infinite version by completing Claire's scenario. I already mentioned that, so I can cut that out. Gatling gun, there you go. I guess I did that as a precaution in case I didn't say it in the introduction, but there we go. So now I have to add that transition again because of one of the edits that I made. That's why I shouldn't do the transition until dead last, but sometimes I forget about it, so I don't want to do that. Infinite one. So the location of the minigun is at the turntable at the very gun. There you go. Alright, delete the rest of that. Was there anything else? There's a quick mention. I should probably do that right before the testing. Or after the testing. After the testing, I meant. Well, I'll go ahead and test this on a zombie again. Alright. Probably. Orange, because it's getting really hot, probably. I just realized I'm gonna swap a couple clips here. I think Leon's test should go here, not over there. So I'm gonna try this. Notice how the I don't like how it played out right there. There we go. So then if I swap these two, like right at that section. Notice how the end of it started glowing orange because it's getting really hot, probably. It's getting really. All right. Really hot, probably. All right. Well, probably. So right before I say all right, I'm going to insert another thing because I feel like it's the appropriate time. There's another quick mention. All right. Probably. Yep, right here. All right. So then this. You can also find the minigun. Probably. You can also find the minigun if you play as Flan in the Tofu Survivors, as you can see here. All right. I didn't test anything with it though. I guess not. Because I didn't need to, because I already had both genders tested out. You can also find the minigun if you play as Flan. Minigun. Okay. You can also find the minigun if you play as Flan in the Tofu Survivors, as you can see here. Yeah, that's good enough. So add a little push transition there, since that's a quick mention. Before. There we go. All right. Push. Edit the duration of the transitions to only 20 frames. Notice I have a strict pattern here when it comes to transitions. There we go. So now watch this. Really hot, probably. You can also find the minigun if you play as Flan in the Tofu Survivors, as you can see here. All right, well... Oh, I need to reverse the motion of this one because it's going back to the main part. Reverse. See here. All right, well, there we go. What you guys have been saying lately? Yep, tofu. Here. All right, well, I'll go ahead and test this on a zombie again, but I have a feeling this is going to be a little too much for the zombie. So after the zombie, I'll probably try my luck on a liquor. All right. So finally get the... Oh, apparently I have some fail clips here. Let's check these out. Liquor. It is really hard to fire off a single shot from the Gatling gun. Really difficult. And it still blew his head off anyway. Liquor. Do I have any voice tracks associated with that? I do. What do I say? Okay, so clearly these rounds are very powerful because I think I need to put the second one in there. My luck on a liquor. On a liquor. And right there. Okay, so clearly these rounds are my luck on a liquor. Okay, so clearly these rounds are very powerful because keep getting critical. So let's go for the body instead. Oh, I see how I did it. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, I decided for the Gatling gun because the headshots just weren't working, it seems. I went for the body ultimately. I'm actually gonna cut out all those individual shots. On a liquor. Okay, so clearly these rounds are very powerful because keep getting critical. So let's go for the body instead. Alright, so now I got oh yeah, result. Instead.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I'm gonna cut these shots down a little bit.
Shit!
Okay, so he's dead right there.
Shit!
I do that for a while, don't I? Alright, and that's when I finally can put my voice track in. Okay, I think he's dead. Alright, so final review. Body instead.
Oh no!
Shit!
Well. Yeah, I think he's dead. So, that took 10 rounds to take down the zombie. Wait, what did I say? Instead.
Oh no!
Shit!
Yeah, I think he's dead. Yeah, I think he's dead. So, that took 10 rounds. It took 12, actually. To take down the zombie, just going for the torso. Granted, there was like an arm shot, maybe two in there somewhere. There was exactly two. There was one arm shot and one knee shot, I've noticed. So it's true, there were 10 torso shots, but not 10 total shots. So I gotta make a correction there. Okay, I think he's dead. So that took 10. So I'm gonna cut out that little part. 10 rounds. So that took rounds. That doesn't sound good. So that took 10 rounds. That took 10 rounds. It's not gonna sound good no matter what I do, because it's a hard cut. Rounds. So that took rounds. 12. So that took rounds to. That took rounds to take. That took to take. That took. Here's what I could do. I could put rounds at the end of that. So that took to take down the zombie. Took to take down the. Yeah, I'm not perfect, as you can see. That took to take down the zombie. Just going. Took to take down the zombie. Just going for the torso. Granted, there was like an arm shot, maybe 2 in there somewhere, but still, it magnificently demonstrates the power of this thing. Now I'm going to have a little more fun. I will go for the liquor now. I'm not really going to pay attention to the amount of shots, though. I'm just going to spray bullets onto a liquor just to show you guys the power. What was that? Until the bitter end. Yeah. Is this giving some inspiration? I'm sure it does. I'm gonna pay attention to the amount of shots, though. This is what you'll be going through, though. I'm just gonna spray bullets onto a liquor just to show you guys the power. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna get that final clip in now with the liquor. Power. Show you guys the power. I got punished. So as you saw, if you just keep the trigger held and your aiming is good, you will have no trouble with this weapon. It is one of the ultimate unlockables after all. Well, that is going to conclude the minigun, as well as all machine guns in general. So I'm going to edit this up a little bit just to shorten it. So as you saw, if you just keep the trigger held and your aiming is good, that will do. Just to show you guys the power. So as you saw, if you just keep the trigger held and your aiming is good, you will have no trouble with this weapon. It is one of the ultimate unlockables after all. Well, that is gonna... I'm gonna get rid of that little tongue Snappers, after all. Tisk. Well, unlockables, after all. Well, that is going to conclude the minigun, as well as all machine guns in general. Alright, so... And there are no cutscenes with that, so that is officially the end. So now we're going to review our work and start at the beginning. Start at the beginning of the Gatling gun. Now for the final machine gun, the minigun. Just know, guys, when it seems to like skip and repeat itself like that, it's just my processor. That's not actually how it's gonna come out. It's looking like a beast. Alright, so here's the minigun in game. They're really thrown back to the original. See, I see a mistake there. I don't have a transition. That's why I'm saying. Alright, so there needs to be a transition there. Alright. There we go. Alright, so here's the minigun in game. They're really thrown back to the original Resident Evil 2 with this one. A 6-barrel motorized minigun that fires 7.62mm NATO rounds. Fast rate of fire and deals a lot of damage. Can fire indefinitely. Well, yeah, because the version I have is an infinite one. So the location of the minigun is at the turntable at the very end of Claire's scenario, where you would insert the joint plugs. The Gatling gun is right over here on a table. Keep calling it Gatling gun, minigun, Gatling gun, the same thing. There you go. Here's a nice detailed close-up look in game. And this is why I have to review, because I saw another part where I didn't add a transition. I gotta get the barn doors back. There you go. And since it's going back to the main part, I'm gonna reverse it. There you go. Here's a nice detailed close-up look in game. Alright, so yeah, the infinite version can be unlocked by completing Claire's scenario in hardcore mode with an S+ rank. That's why I say it throws back to the original Resident Evil 2, because it's the ultimate reward for completing her scenario, like in the hardest mode. Alright, so let's go ahead and test the sucker out. Notice how the end of it started glowing orange because it's getting really hot, probably. You can also find the minigun if you play as Flan in the Tofu Survivors, as you can see here. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and test this on a zombie again, but I have a feeling this is going to be a little too much for the zombie. So after the zombie, I'll probably try my luck on a licker. Okay, so clearly these rounds are very powerful because keep getting critical, so let's go for the body instead.
Oh no!
Shit!
Okay, I think he's dead. Okay, I think he's dead. So that took to take down the zombie, just going for the torso. Granted, there was like an arm shot, maybe two in there somewhere, but still, it magnificently demonstrates the power of this thing. Now, I'm going to have a little more fun. I will go for the licker now. I'm not really going to pay attention to the amount of shots, though. I'm just going to spray bullets onto a licker just to show you guys the power. So as you saw, if you just keep the trigger held and your aiming is good, you will have no trouble with this weapon. It is one of the ultimate unlockables after all. Well, that is going to conclude the minigun as well as all machine guns in general. Alright, so yep, it's looking good now. So, as of now, that was with the end of the machine guns, that's perfect to end this part. So you can see it's going to be like around 32 minutes long. So it's plenty for a weapon review. So now I can do this and bring my end screen into play. Actually, before it... So this is going to fade out to black here. Guns in general. Guns in general. Guns in general. I do a good 2-second transition here. All machine guns in general. For the sound of the clip as well, but my voice, I don't want it to go that fast. I almost don't need a transition on my voice at all. Machine guns in general. In general. In general. There's a little eep right there. General. Maybe I do need a transition on my voice. All machine guns in general. It just ends so abruptly. Machine guns in general. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, now I can put my end screen there. Machine guns in general. Nice. And that represents the end of a part. So, the entire part is in this timeline, starting at the very beginning. Now for the next handgun, which happens to be an unlockable. The Samurai Edge original model. And ending with the Gatling gun. So, that is part 3, actually. I see something else is going on in the chat. Just discussions of other things. Anyway, yeah. So, I guess that's gonna go ahead. That's a good place to stop this live stream. So, hope you guys enjoyed watching me edit some of Resident Evil 2 Remake weapons review. No, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't a whole lot that I showed, but it just appears I am way too slow at editing and live streaming at the same time, so it's something I obviously don't do often. This is only the second time I've done it. If I do it again for another weapon review, I'm gonna try to perfect how to share my screen better, hopefully. Otherwise, again, hope you guys enjoyed that. So, look forward to the final product, because as you can see here, it is definitely underway, and we're not too far away now. The next part, I'm gonna start the shotgun. And out of all the weapons, there are a total of 26 weapons in Resident Evil 2 Remake. And the minigun was number 19. So I only have 7 weapons left to edit. I'm more than halfway done. So it will be getting there soon. If you guys saw my community post earlier, I predict I should have this uploaded by the middle of this month. So at most, maybe 2 weeks away until upload. Alright, we're getting there. So, I will see you guys when I upload that weapon review, and of course, in my monthly Q&As. The first one, which I haven't scheduled yet, is probably going to be near the end of this month. So, you guys will actually see the weapon review before that Q&A. I can almost guarantee that. I'll make sure of it. Alright, so this is Shankster94, aka The Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon. All the links, well, those aren't links. Those are the accounts, basically, associated with. But yeah, shout out to Wyatt for being my one and only patron. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.